Ukraine. The battle for Ukraine was fought for 40 months. Soviet troops and civilians fought fiercely against the Nazi invaders. The defense of Kiev lasted 72 days, of Odessa 73. But despite this, by the end of 1942, Hitler's troops occupied almost all of Ukraine. 180 concentration camps and 400 ghettos were set up across the country. The site of one of the largest massacres of civilians was Babi Yar. 150,000 Soviet citizens were murdered there. Fighting for the liberation of Ukraine took place from January 1943 to autumn 1944. At that time, up to half of all Soviet troops were located there. The Red Army conducted 15 offensive operations. On the 23rd of August 1943, Kharkov was liberated. One of the greatest battles was the Battle of the Dnieper. On the 8th of September, the Nazi occupiers were pushed out of Donetsk. The citizens of the entire Soviet Union liberated Donbass and restored it after the devastation. About 3 million Soviet soldiers died fighting in the war in Ukraine. In the 21st century, Nazism was not only returned to Ukraine, but has penetrated deeply into the minds of many citizens. The Ukrainian government calls the Soviet warrior liberators invaders, and it makes nationalist criminals heroes of the masses. The people responsible for many war crimes, including the massacre in Volhynia, the mass murder of Polish population in 1943, are now being honored. Their portraits are being paraded through the streets of Ukrainian cities. On the 20th of January 2010, the leader of extremist organization Stepan Bandera was awarded the title of Hero of Ukraine. A monument to him has been erected in Lvov. Since 2014, the Russian language has been banned from being spoken in a number of state institutions in Ukraine, despite its constitutional status as the state language. Donbass spoke out in defense of the status of the Russian language and against the oppression of the Russian-speaking population in 2014. An armed confrontation has started between the west and the east of Ukraine. More than 3,000 civilians have died in Donbass over the years of armed conflict. Among them are many children. Concentration camps have been set up in the country where civilians, including women and children, have died a painful death. Ukraine is covered by a network of US biolaboratories developing deadly viruses. A mass genocide of the Russian-speaking population is underway.